So first of all, what is an identity and access management? We have to discuss this topic security perspective point of view. So there is a difference, right? So I created some notes on identity and access management. So we will study those notes. We will do some labs exercises, and at least 2 to 3 classes are needed to complete this identity and access management. Minimum 3 classes are needed, right? So first of all, identity, the security foundation in AWS. Means what you do, you create users, groups, roles, permissions, and all are pertaining to security. So IAM is a security service. See, last time in my last class, I told you very clearly, only learning about the services will not resolve the issue, right? So security is a basically mindset. You have to create, you have to understand the mindset about the security, and according to that particular mindset, as per that mindset, you will apply some changes. You will handle services, right? You will manage your architecture. So identity and access, IAM is a core service. This is a very core service, and it controls the authentication authorization in your AWS account. It is about controlling the risk and forcing least privilege and preventing the privilege escalations and security identity at scale. Right. So almost every AWS security control either depend on or integrates with IAM. It means you provide authentication, authorization, and the permissions to access services, applications, resources in AWS. So IAM answers three security questions. Number one, who is making the request, right? What actions are they trying to perform? Third, under what conditions should it be allowed? Okay, so IAM integrates with, let's say, AWS organization. What is the organization? Organization where you combine multiple AWS services to work together. Means in one company, let's say you have 100, 200 AWS accounts and you want to integrate them in some hierarchical manner. In that case, you will use AWS organization. So IAM integrates with AWS organization. IAM integrates with the CloudTrail, config, guard duty, and KMS. KMS is what? Key management service. We will discuss everything in detail. And in this certification, IAM questions are usually scenario based. So you need to understand the entire topic accordingly. You can answer the questions asked in the interviews or in AWS security specialty exam. Let's say I have one very simple question. Let's say we have one question. Do you read this question? The company wants to ensure developers can deploy EC2 instances, but they cannot modify IAM policy. They should not have access on IAM policies. So IAM allows the separation of duties using the fine-grained permissions. How you will do that? This is very simple. Means your developer needs to launch EC2 instances, but you should not provide them IAM privilege, right? You should not provide them the IAM privilege. So it's very simple. You will open IAM, you will create a policy with the EC2 run instances and attach policy to the test user, log in to the user, log in as a user, and verify your user is able to launch EC2 instance or not, and the job is done. Right. So, but if you try IAM, that user will say, no, 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 we cannot, I cannot access IAM. Access is denied on IAM. So it's very simple. You go there, okay, you go to, let's say I'm a user. So first of all, you should have an IAM user. You go to IAM. what I'm doing. So, did you read this question? Hello? Did you read this question? This question. Let's say I'm just making in yellow color. A company needs to ensure developer can deploy EC2 instances but cannot modify IAM policy. So simple, you should have a user. Let's say the user name is create user. Let's say the user, uh, uh, you can say Mohan. Okay, the user is Mohan, for example, and you provide some password. Let's say the password is provided. Great. And now the next is policy. We have policies, we have the direct policies. So you can just write EC2. If you write EC2, EC2 full access instance is there. Instance EC2 instance connect instance, and let's say we do not have, either we have a full access. Let's say I'm just taking full access, right? So I'm just showing you. Either you can just make the full access policy separately as well. You go there, you create a user. The user has been created. The username is Mohan, right? And I return to the user list. This is fine. I will go to root, and you can see there is a basically add session option here. So I'm adding an option to log in as a Mohan. Let's say the username is Mohan, and the password is, let's say, Microsoft at the rate 123. This is fine. And let me see the sign in is possible or not. The sign in is possible, right? Did you see that? So I logged in as a Mohan user. You can see right inside on the top. I'm a Mohan. So what Mohan can do? Mohan can access EC2 service. He can launch EC2. You can go there. You go to the EC2, and let's say I'm clicking on the launch instance, right? I'm going to launch instance. Let me show you the instance is launched or not. This is EC2, EC2 server, EC2 server. Let's say I'm just taking the very basic settings. I'm in a Stockholm. Okay, no issue. I'm in a Stockholm. So I can create a key pair. Let's say the key is Stockholm home key. Let's say this is fine. I'm creating a Stockholm key. Yeah. This has been stored in, let's say, download folder, and finally the key is downloaded. Great. SSH is allowed. 8 GB standard EBS volume and a launch instance. Did you find any error as of now? No, because you have provided EC2 access on this user. So this user can create a machine, this user can delete a machine, he can manage EC2 service. But if you try to access IAM service from here, from Mohan user, what will happen? Because Mohan has no IAM permission. So do you see everywhere is access denied, access denied, access denied? Do you see the access denied? The big access denial is there on this. And if you try to, let's say, try to access user, no, you can't access users, you can't access roles, you can't access policies. It means completely you do not have any access on IAM. So this is basically the kind of a security you provided through IAM policy. You do not provide any full access on this one, right? And can we delete the machine? You go there, You select it and you go and terminate the instance. The machine is terminated. Yes, the machine is terminated. If you go there, you will see the machine has been terminated. So all the connected resource will terminate here with this machine. I'm going back to, let's say, Mumbai. Right? I'm still Mohan. I want to go back. I want to go back uh, to, let's say, my root user. You go to the root, and the root is that. Right there. This is the what I was trying to show you. So this was the practical way to explain how actually you are ensuring that your user will access only one service, not IAM. The second is IAM user. IAM user represents the long-term identity. Long-term, just listen very carefully, long-term. There is a difference between the identities. It's a long-term identity with the credentials. Means when you log in through the user, you provide a username and password or access keys. Either you will use passwords or you will use access keys. While they are simple to create, they present high security risk when misused. Yeah, definitely. And this is the reason you should not provide them. You should not provide to any user unnecessary permissions, right? Especially because users are being for human beings. So what are the details? The security risk of IAM, the long-term access key means, let's say, you connect as a user. So the user will remain on your AWS account until you log off it, right? So it is providing the long-term access and credential leakage is possible, and manual rotation responsibility is there. Means you need to change password time to time. You need to change the password time to time. You need to rotate access keys time to time, right? So what are the best practices? AWS best practices is to avoid IAM user for employees and use a federation instead, right? That you can do. There is a one simple example. With the help of example, we can understand. This is an example. Just read this example. I'm starting from zero, right? I will not jump into directly into some advanced level of labs or advanced level of any scenarios. So I will start slowly. I will start with the easy things, and then we will complicate all these things. Is it clear, everyone? Vaibhav, Jayashree, Deepti, Alexander. Alexander, I think two. You are using two devices for this class. Am I correct? Okay. Other guys, please just answer my question. Jayashree, Deepti, Vaibhav. Am I audible
Yeah,
properly?
sure.
Yeah, you're
Yeah, yeah,
audible.
yeah. You're
Right,
audible.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the next question is I am user with access key stores in a Git repository leads to account compromise. So please do not store your keys in any public repository. What is the meaning of this? The meaning of this, you please do not store your user's access key or secret access key in any public domain or where the people can access publicly your repositories, right? Because Git repository, GitHub repository are the public repositories. So this is a common real world security incident. Let's say you create your user, enable programmatic access, you attach S3 access policy, generate access key, you are using S3 CLI with S3 bucket and observe the long-term credential usage. Yeah, how many of you can do its own? Because this is very simple. You just raise your answers. Is it possible? Uh, is it possible? Will you do this? Say yes or no. Means the create a user with S3 read-only access and and the user must be a programmatic access user to provide CLI access. Shall I do it for you?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We can do one thing. I'm going back. Here we go. Let's say this is your IAM. Again, go to IAM. Again, go to IAM. You go to user. This time, I'm creating a programmatic access user. Right. Let's say create user. This time, the username is Richard. Richard. Right. And I'm not touching this. I'm not enabling this option. Right. Without enabling AWS Management Console, click on next. Here you go there. You read AWS S3. You're going to provide S3 full access or read access. It's up to you. Let's say I'm providing the read access, right? You go there. It means you can only read S3 buckets. You can only read objects inside the S3, but you cannot make any changes. Let me show you. It's a read only access. So you go there, create. So first of all, you cannot access IAM and you have limited access. So, and this is Richard. And what the Richard will do, because still you didn't provide the credential because you chose programmatic access. You go to the security credentials, right? And you will go to the security credentials of Richard. There's a Richard user, the security credential, and we do not have access key as of now. You create access key, you go there, select CLI, and go down. Just enable it, go there, and create access key. So you need to note down these access keys, right? We have two access key and secret access key. It is difficult to remember, so better to download the CSV file. So if you download the CSV file, this is the key we have. Right. Access key and secret access key. I didn't get the access. This is right. I should have. Okay, this is the access key, right? So how to log in? You will go there. Let's say CMD. Please ensure that your computer is CLI ready. Right. So how you will check AWS hyphen version. So if you see the kind of output, if you see this line, it means your AWS CLI is working. If it is not working, so please check. You download the CLI tool, and then you will continue. What you will do, you will write AWS configure. So you are just going to log in. You're going to log in. First of all, choose your access key. Access key ID, access key ID, access key ID. This is the access key, right? Here, you paste it, press enter. You will come back here, and this is the secret access key. You copy it here, you paste it here, press enter. And AP South 1 is Mumbai, and I was in Mumbai. Fine, if you want to change the region, you can write the code of the region. This is fine for me. And output should be in a JSON mode. Fine, enter. Great. So what this user can do, according to the permission, he can only access S3 buckets, not any other command you can run. Means you cannot manage your EC2 instances, you cannot manage Lambda functions, you cannot manage your IAM. What you can manage? You can manage only S3 read only permission, right? It means you can access buckets. So what you will do, AWS S3 LS, and see if you write, it will show you a few, something is wrong. Okay, AWS S3 is an error occurred. S3, when calling the list bucket, the operation signature calculated do not match the signature. Check your key and signing method. Something is wrong here. Something is wrong. Something is wrong. I think the key that I'm using here, the key I'm using here is not proper. Right. So let me just go back. Let me go back.
I think you should remove that is equal to.
Equals, yeah, is equal to is added in the
Yeah,
string. That should not
Really?
be there.
I didn't
yeah.
see that.
Yeah,
I didn't see that.
I think Axel took it as a formula.
No, 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 no.
That's why
Is equal to also is a
is equal
part
to
of
there.
this. So what I'll do, instead
No,
of
on
doing
the
R&D,
AWS
In
console, it is
console, it's
not there.
showing only plus.
okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay. Did you see that?
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay, 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 okay. Maybe. So we can do one thing. Again, you go back, AWS, configure, enter. So the key name was perfect. The key name was 57P. This is fine. And here, and the equal sign was not there, right?
correct. Yeah, correct.
Let me see. Yeah, perfect. Thank you. So, see now you can see AWS S3LS. It means you are able to see three files. But if you try to create a bucket, because this is a read-only access, just understand this is a read-only access. Means this can be done. This is a perfect. AWS S3LS. You can read AWS S3 LS S3 colon right slash Vox India IT 200 012. Let me see. Uh, Again, it is saying ls is content calling object. This is working, right? Strange. Oh. Less. I want
Numerical
to
is
see.
wrong.
Pardon me?
Numerical is wrong. Numerical is wrong. It's 0 to 1 2, not 2012.
Yeah. What's happening to me, my dear? Yeah, this is fine. Uh, because the command was correct. Now you can see all these files, all these files containing in this S3 bucket, right? But you cannot modify. Let's say if you write AWS S3 make bucket S3 colon right slash, let's say new VKT 2026 dot net king. Let's say I'm just going to create a bucket. Will it complete? No, because you have read only permission. It will give you some error. This will give you an error. The make bucket is failed because your access denied because the permission is not given. The permission is so this is the least privilege option you have provided, right? The least privilege option you have provided. Now you will go back. You will go back. Let's say here, this is fine. The same thing you can do with the only the difference between the simple user and group because in the group you can connect multiple users with a similar permission set. So instead of defining permission on a separate user again and again, the separate user, same set of permission again and again, we will create a group and multiple multiple users can be connected, right? So the group cannot be nested. The first of all, this is very important. What is important certification point of view or this training point of view? The group must not be in a nested condition. What is a nested? When inside the group inside the group should not create. It is really confusing. And groups cannot have the permission boundaries. What are the permission boundaries? The permission boundaries are the set of the boundaries which your user will not cross it. Actually, this is the maximum privilege you can provide. Let me clear you the permission boundary. We will come back on this permission boundary. And group cannot be assumed, right? Means group cannot be assumed. So these are the basically the three things you need to remember in terms of the group. Secondly, the groups are administrative tools, not the security enforcement tools. Right. So I have written you create a group with a some least permission, add multiple users, and try to log in and read whether they can access AWS account simultaneously or not, or with the same set of permission. Okay. Then this is a really important topic. Role. Role is a logical thing, right? The role is only for applications and services, not for human beings. User is for the human being, right? Similarly, the role is very similar to user, right? But user is for human beings and role is only for the services and applications. Let's say you need to provide, for example, let me show you. Let's say I'm just going to take a one scenario. For example, let's say this is your EC2 instance, right? And this is your EC2 instance, EC2 instance. And this is my bucket. This is my bucket. This is your S3 bucket. This is the S3 bucket. Yeah, my question is very simple from you people. Can we access this S3 bucket from this machine? From this EC2 instance? Can we access directly? Because both are in the same AWS account. Both are in same AWS account. Just understand. And you are the root user. This is your AWS account. This is your AWS account, right? And you are a root user. You create an instance and you try to access S3 bucket. So my question is, can you access S3 bucket from this EC2 instance? Yes, guys.
No, I
You
don't
must
think so.
answer in yes or no.
No, I don't think so. We we must have the acquired privileges for the S3 bucket to be accessed.
Alexander says that root access can access. Root user can access S3 bucket. Oh my God. This is a security issue, right? Definitely. Let's say, for example, I'm coming back. I'm a root user. Yes or no? I'm a root user. Here you can see. I'm a root user. Let's say I'm going to launch one EC2 instance. I'm in Mumbai. Right. Stay here. I'm in Mumbai. You go back. Earlier I created my machine in Stockholm. Now I'm going to create my machine in Mumbai. And let's say this is my server 01. Okay, you go down, scroll it down. Let's say one key we have, and that's fine. So root has created this machine. Simple. See, root has created this machine. This is a machine. And as a root, I'm going to connect this machine. As a root, I'm going to connect this machine. Let's say this machine is connected. Right. So can I run this command AWS S3 ls? Will this command run? As a root user, I'm using this machine. And you will see the answer is no. The answer is big no. Unable to locate credentials through this machine because what's happening here, EC2 is a one service, right? Here you will see EC2 is a one service and this instance is a resource of this EC2 and S3 is another service and bucket is a resource. So this cannot access directly. One service cannot access another service until you provide a privilege. until you provide authorization, right? So by default, these both these two resources are isolated. These two resources are isolated. Is it clear? Both are isolated. So what shall I do? It means I will create a IAM user. I am create a IAM role. I'm create a IAM role for EC2 service, right? For EC2 service with S3 access. And then I will attach this role with this machine, right? And once this role is attached with the machine, it means this EC2 resource, means EC2 instance, has privilege to access S3 bucket or S3 service. Let me show you how you can do that. You go there. So right now, your machine is not able to access it. You will come back to, let's say IAM. You will go back to IAM. Here, you go to role. You create a role. You just choose the trusted entity types. Under the trusted entity types, choose, so because you are going to create a role for the service, and the service name is EC2. Let's say I'm choosing EC2 here. And what is the privilege? What is the permission, right? What is the permission? The permission is, let's say, S3 read only. Let's say I'm providing only read only. And let's say go next and write the name of the role. The role name is, let's say, uh, EC2 role for S3 service, and I'm writing 10th February, right? Let's say this is my role name. And you go down and simply click on create role. Role is created. You can double check the role is created. Yes, the role is created. Once the role is created, how to attach the role with the machine? So you will go to EC2 instance page. You will select your machine. This is your machine. You will go to actions. Under the actions, we have a security, right? Do you see? We have a security option. Under the security option, click on modify IAM role. And here you will choose that role. What was the role name? The role name EC2 role as S3 service. You choose this and update this. The role has been connected. How you will come to know the role has been connected? This is your machine, right? And this is a detail of the machine. If you go in the detail, if you scroll it down, you can see this IAM role. Under the IAM role, this role name you can see here. It means this role has been attached. And once the role has been attached, you will come back to the same prompt. Earlier, this AWS S3 ls command was not working. Now role has been attached. Role is providing a permission over S3. And if you press enter, you can see your buckets. Now, this EC2 instance can access S3 bucket as per the permission set you provided. Did you see that?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, we are coming back. So this is done. This is the fourth thing, role. Now we have a policy. What is the policy? Permission, right? Permission sets. Permission sets are the policy. Either you can provide one permission, two permission, five permission, 10 permission. You can provide multiple permissions to the same user, group, or role, right? The policy consists, when you open the permission, it basically, if you see the JSON code of the permission, you will find some effect, block, action, resource, and conditions, right? You will see, I will explain you in my next class, means how to write a permission. But these are the policy consists, the policy sections: effect, action, resources, and conditions. And In this, they do not define who can access, assume a role, right? Example policy. So this is the example. You need to write a policy which allows S3 object, S3 get object, which ensures the read-only access, right? And you can attach the policy with the user and you can attempt it. For example, how to create a policy. Either you should have a very simple idea, means how to read only. This is no read only, right? Let's say if you don't know how to do that, I give you very simple answer. You go to IM, how to write a policy. You click on the policy, right? You create the policy, click on the create policy. We have two options here. Either you directly write your code here. Do you see here? Effect, action, resource, and the condition also is there. Under the statement, the major section is effect, action, and resources. Right now, this permission is empty and it is an editable page. Means if you know how to write it, you can simply write write the policy. But if you don't know how to write a policy, let's say you are not comfortable with the JSON code, you simply click on the visual editor. This is the editor, right? And what service you want to provide? Let's say I want to provide S3, S3, right? S3 read only. If you select the S3, let's say get object. You just simply write get object. So we have the get object here under the read. You select the get object. Simply, you click on next, right? You go there, you click on next. Let's say no resources specified. Get the resource. Okay, here you simply select all these things and click on next. You write the policy name. The policy name is, let's say, testing S3 read get object policy. Get object policy. Right. Let's say this is the policy, and you create a policy. The policy is created. If you want to double check the policy is created, you will go back to the policy name, write the policy name. This is the policy. Where you attach the policy? You attach the policy with the roles, groups, and users, right? You click on the policy. And if you want to see the JSON code of this policy, you simply click on the JSON right hand side. Here we have a right hand side JSON, and you can see this is what created for you. AWS created. In this, you can see the effect is allowed. Under the statement, we have effect, which is allowed. Action is S3 get object. It was saying the get object. In the resources, all S3 buckets, right? All S3 buckets under this account name, access point. Great. Means you are able to access bucket if you attach with any user or group or role. They can read that particular identity can read your buckets from the S3. So this the policy is created. So this is a very simple way if you don't know how to write. Okay. Any question from your side? Okay. Next is the resource-based policy. What is a resource-based policy? What are the resource? You please let me know what are the resource. So instance, EC2 instance is a resource of EC2. Bucket is the resource in S3, right? KM policy is the resource in KMS service, right? Similarly, we have the other resources like RDS instance is the resource in RDS service. So a resource-based policy, can we create a resource-based policies? Yes, we can create a resource-based policy. resource-based policies are attached directly to AWS resources and define how can access them. How can access them. So the greatest idea is you can choose one S3 bucket and write a policy on the S3 bucket, right? So S3 bucket allows another AWS accounts to read objects without creating users, right? You can see, you can S3 bucket. So do you see this? Let's say this is the requirement. Let's say you don't know how to write a policy. You simply go there, you open a chat GPT, right? This is the AI tool, and here we have, so write IAM, write a policy for S3 bucket for the following statement, right? Following statement. And S3 bucket allows another, right? Here we go and see. This is the, now it will give you. So you have to, you own account number A, account number B. It means you should have an account number. Let's say the bucket name is my shared bucket, right? And your account is account one, account A, and external account is account B. And you have account BID. Let's say this is the account BID. This is another account. So means the few things need to be changed here, right? So this is a kind of a policy. This is a kind of a policy. So this is the external account number, 12-digit external account number you will give. And you will provide S3 bucket name on which you will apply this. This is fine. Great. Let's say my bucket name is, oh my God, where I should see the bucket name. My bucket name is S3. Let's say this machine is not needed. Either I can stop this machine for now. And here we go, S3. Okay. This is my, let's say this is my bucket name. Now I want to apply on this. Or let's say I'm creating a new bucket. Let's say I'm creating a new bucket. My new bucket name is here. Let's say evox India dot, let's say testing dot nkw networkings, right? This is the bucket. I hope this bucket name is available. You create it. The bucket name is available. Now, this bucket is created. So where you will write the permission, you open the bucket, you go to, I think, the permission tab of this bucket. And if you go a little down, right, you can type the bucket policy here. Under the bucket policy, you will write. What was the bucket name? This is the bucket name. You copy the bucket name. But before that, let me just go and copy this, the entire, and here I will go, right. Let's say here we go. And I'm changing the bucket name. This is the bucket name. You copy the bucket name and you change it here. This is my bucket name. Vox India Testing NKW. And you should also write the target AWS account ID, means the account that can access this bucket. So actually, let's say I'm just choosing 1, 2, 3. Right? So I'm just demonstrating you because I don't have the multiple accounts here. You simply click on edit. You simply click on edit and paste the code here. The code is pasted. So what is the main meaning of this code? The meaning is this particular account, this is the account number, right? So this account number now can access this bucket in your AWS account directly, right? So you are providing this permission here to S3 bucket. So other AWS account can access your bucket here. You are writing on this bucket straight away, right? Okay. Next is we go trust policies. I told you what are the trust policies. When you go and create the policies, let's say you are the click here, and if you create a policy, very first, right? Sorry, when you go to the role, in the role, I think you will better see. You can see the trusted entities, right here. Let me see, and we have trust policies. Can you see here the custom trust policies? So what is trying to explain trust policies? What are the trust policies? Here the trust policies define who can assume an IM role, right? They are evaluated before permissions are granted. For example, which AWS service, which AWS account, which federated uh, provider, they do not grant permission. The simple thing is the trust policy allows EC2 services to assume a role. So what you will do, you will go to role, select the role, view the trust relationship, modify trust to allow another AWS account, and trust across the account role assumption, right? So these are few examples I'm just giving you. So this way you have multiple things. You just go and read it, right? So definitely you will get a very good experience. And let's say we have the permission boundaries as well. Permission boundaries are very uh, what are the permission boundaries? For example, let me show you. Let's say I have a user. Let's say I have a user and I'm providing, let's say this is a Richard user, right? Let's say this is a Richard user. I'm removing all the existing policies. So this user has no permission. Yes or no? This user has no permission. So what I will do, let's say, is there any permission boundary? Yes, we have a permission boundary. So, and what permission right now this user has? So what I'll do, let's say I'm providing EC2 full access permission, right? What I'm providing? EC2 full access permission. Let's say I'm providing the EC2 full access permission. You go there, add the permission. So the Richard has EC2 full access, correct or not? And he has S3 full access permission as well. S3 full access permission. So I provided two permissions here. One is EC2 full access and another is S3 full access. So what he can do? He can do anything in S3 and he can do anything in EC2. Am I correct or not? Am I correct or not? He can do anything in EC2 and he can do anything in S3. But there is a one more option called the permission boundary. In the permission boundary, you basically controlling its permission. You set a permission boundary to control the maximum permission. So what maximum he can do? Here you will set. Let's say in the permission boundary, you say EC2 read only. Read means he can only access read. Secondly, S3 read. S3 read. So what I did here, I did provide EC2 read and S3 read. Sorry. Yeah, here. Yeah. We provided S3 read only. Only one policy. Only one policy you can add. Means you cannot delete any object. You cannot modify any object. You cannot create any S3 bucket because the permission boundary is read only. Whenever in the permission S3 full access is given. But what maximum he can do? Once you apply the permission boundary, it means the user cannot go beyond this particular permission. So what is user's maximum privilege now? The maximum privilege is only S3 read. He can only read the access. He has the S3 read access. It means he cannot do anything, deleting, new creating EC2 instance or S3 bucket. This is the maximum privilege you provided in the permission boundary. Is it clear, guys? Tell me yes, no.
Yes, it is clear.
Clear. Good. Now, the next is identification federation, like a SAML OIDC identity center. In detail, we will. Then we have an access analyzer. Access analyzer. Please do not run any advanced feature in your AWS account without knowing it, because you are doing the security here. And access analyzer is a kind of topic or kind of feature in IAM, which is really highly chargeable. Last time, what happened? I enabled the access analyzer only 5 minutes for 5 minutes. Do you know how much bill? How much AWS has given the bill to me? $200. Right, $200 only for 5 minutes. So please do not enable access analyzer. Here we have access analyzer. You can see this is your IAM and we have access analyzer. Do you see? If you click on the access analyzer, it will show you very clearly how much AWS will charge. See, that access analyzer simply simplify your journey. And here you can see external access is free, but for every internal access, I think $9 per AWS resource per month. So AWS charge. So it multiply $9 with all AWS resources active in your AWS account. Accordingly, AWS will charge. And unused access is $0.2. Right. So it create an analyzation, review the finding, and take action. So actually, this kind of feature is only perfect and important for your production environment where the money is not constrained. IAM access analyzer identifies unintended access by analyzing policies. You can analyze policies, like you can detect the public access, you can detect cross account access, you can detect unused roles, how many roles you have, but you are not using them. So if you are not using them, and those are long pending in your AWS account, you can delete them anytime. So it provides it proactive and policy based. So I have an example. Analyzer flags an S3 bucket with read access or public read access. Means, let's say you have 1,000 buckets in your AWS account, but you are worried how many buckets are public and how many buckets are private. So either you should go one by one, open the bucket and just see them, how many buckets are public and how many buckets are private. So it is a time taking and a very complex job as well. Manually, this is a manual job. But if you want to see automatically, you enable the access analyzer. The analyzer will flag all the public S3 buckets. Means with the help of that flag, you can come to know these buckets are public, right? So simple, the step-by-step lab. You enable the access analyzer, create the analyzer, review finding, and fix overly permissive policy. So I will suggest here, please, I'm just making in red. I'm making in red, and please do not attend because this is highly chargeable. For every resource, AWS is charging almost $9. So according to me, this is very high, right? I am auditing and CloudTrail. So by the way, all these things are coming. So we are on 13. Few more things are there, and then we will talk about the purpose and security roles, some use cases, right? So we will do tomorrow. So this class is only for the 60 minutes every day, Monday to Friday. Will it work, everyone? And I'm going to
Sure.
share this. Yeah, and I'm going to share this document on your WhatsApp group. So how many of you are not on the WhatsApp group? Please let me know. You all are on the WhatsApp group?
No, I was not in that group actually.
Yeah, yeah. Write your number.
1 second. I and also I need to discuss with the institute regarding this course and everything. I just joined for this one for this course.
One thing, do one thing. Yeah, means on 5th of this month.
Okay.
So I given the first class.
Okay.
In that particular first class, I explained you everything, what we are going to cover, and
Okay.
how many modules are there, and how we
Okay.
will cover those modules. So you will get the complete explanation on my first class. Even though if you need some explanation, so you can directly talk to institute people, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You can. So did you take means the all? Are you already a student of the networking?
No, this is my first class.
What's your good name?
Jai Shri.
Jayashree. Okay.
Yeah.
Jayashree, I think you can talk to them, right?
Yeah. I'll
Okay.
do that.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
So I have one question. So I still didn't get the instruction how to access the lab. So how
How
to
to
access that?
access the lab? This is also your first class.
This is my second class. So last time you mentioned, right, that the next class you will explain how to access the lab.
How to access the lab means how to access your AWS account.
Yeah.
So, see, do you have your AWS account with you or not?
No, it was mentioned to me that networkings will be providing me that.
Network King is going to provide you lab for security.
Yes.
Okay. I will do one thing. I'm writing your name, right? So I
Hmm.
think they are the right people who will give the answer of these questions. I have no idea they are providing this lab. If they are providing the lab, they will give the credentials, right?
Hmm.
So, Vaibhav, I noted down your name and I noted down the name of Jayashri as well. So, we will discuss, right? So tomorrow
Okay.
you are attending the class, correct?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. Thank you. In the meantime, and
So,
definitely I'll raise my questions. Okay. And they will definitely
so
come to you.
someone will contact, or I have to contact to someone.
Yeah. If you can contact them, this is really good. But from my end, I will raise this question. I will share about the Vaibhav and Jayashri, right? So you are concerning about the lab.
Yes, my concern about the labs.
Jayashri, what is your concern? Jayashree, are you there? Okay, no issue. Okay,
Sir,
I noted down. I'll share them. Okay.
hi, sir. This is Deepthi here. So I'm just joining in today. I wanted to know, what is the prerequisite of the course itself?
I think this is your first class you attended today.
Yes, this is the first class.
That's why you're asking this question. On 5th of this month, 5th of February, I took one introduction session for approximately 75 minutes. And I explained everything. What is the security? What is the security program? Why it is needed? What are the prerequisites? So everything. By the way, in short, I can tell you, you should have an understanding about AWS services. So are you aware of AWS services or you are new for AWS services?
Totally new, so that's what even I was talking with the consultant who
You are new.
And yes, so I am working on something else, some other project. I'm not into cloud at all. So,
Your voice is not coming, Deepti. Hello?
oh, just a moment,
Hello?
just a moment. I think the signal isn't great. Just a moment. Sorry, sir. So this is what I was discussing with the consultant too. That I'm not from the cloud background, so ideally I should be well versed with cloud, or at least have some understanding of cloud.
Yes, yes. You should have some understanding about the cloud. I think if you do not have understanding about the cloud, so I think you can talk to them. They will give you some document or videos or maybe some classes. So they will definitely help you on this. But you should have some understanding about AWS cloud. Directly, if you are jumping into the security, you will be a little confused because let's say you are new for everything. Let's say you are new for IAM, you are new for S3, you are new for EC2. You have no idea what exactly is happening. So
Yes.
everything will go from your overhead. So means you will not understand what's happening.
Right.
Right. So no issue. Deepti, if you have some confusion, so please talk to them. They will definitely answer. I'm also writing your name.
Okay. Yes.
Right?
That.
We'll share. Thank you. Very good dear. So guys, tomorrow we'll meet with all these answers and we will continue. Thank you. Good night. Good night, everyone.
Session.